What a tremendous day it was to run an air guild. You got quite a video today of clips. Right here, we're going to start it right off with death from above, dropping down and stealthing down and running these guys right out of our garrison. But we have a lot of good fights in store. I have an award coming up after this clip that I never thought I'd ever give for this video. It's quite interesting. I'm running Healbrand, of course, and just my friends at Air and anybody else that came along from our allies. What a great run that day. Air was totally crushing it. We probably lost maybe 2 out of the many battles we fought. Great job, everyone, and they were some hard-fought battles. Here's the award. Usually I have one AFK in my video. This is the first time I encountered a group squad, basically AFK. They were just kind of half asleep on the nodes, demolished them. So I've never seen this many people AFK in a video, so this was kind of fun. Alright, here we are with people in our bay, and we're going to veil in, and we're just going to crush them right in the Lord's room. Those veils, very well coordinated, and we're just going to run right through and circle around to the tail and push him into the columns and into the wall. Got all those downs. Now it's just a matter of cleanup. Very good burst, everyone. Good job. And I gotta say, when I'm running with Air, they do a great job with the mesmers and the coordinations with the veils and such, and everybody else as well, but that's just kind of what sticks out a lot. So thank you to everybody, especially in this clip. The mesmers, you guys definitely know your jobs. Okay, here we are. I'm cutting just to where blue's running in here, and then what we're going to do after that, it was a long period of trying to keep them out of the ring, which would get boring, and it was like 10 minutes, so we ended up capping, but I just want to show you the initial burst. And you can see the chaos too. Look at all this mess down there. But great job with healers. I wish I had my arc set to cleanses. I forgot I'd left it on damage, but it is what it is. And we're just gonna keep circling around. Again, you kind of fight in this like roamers a little bit. Your whole group kind of moves as one to keep on their tail, and hopefully try to stay out of their bombs. So when you're in the middle of the Lord's room, not a whole lot you can do, so you got to count on your healers for sustain, and our healers did an amazing job with that, and DPS eliminating the enemies. Can't say enough how much I love running Spear on Healbrand, so I'll just keep saying it till you guys get annoyed and send me hate mail. And of course, good decision. They put the shield generator up because they kept building siege. Many times we had to go down and destroy it, but we finally had a point where we just kind of pushed them out and destroyed them. Of course, they're doing airship drops, so you got to keep stability pumping. So you can see me kind of alternate through that a little bit. Then of course you have the Lord dropping Firestorm. Okay, you see I have an arrow cart down the hallway there, so that's kind of stuff we're up against, but shield gen, genius idea. It's almost like a necessity now because you have some of these guilds that are just siege happy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it is part of the strategies. I myself prefer to be more hand to hand, so to speak. But you really can't blame someone or discount them for the siege, but it does get annoying for sure. Alright, we've got the ring, and they're kind of just going to start pressuring us. And we're just going to push them out. And so you can see here is where it gets kind of annoying. And of course, they're coming in. We have another airship drop. Here we go. Here comes your next big push. They're forming up. They got arrow carts. And we're just trying to maintain here. Here it comes. Big push. Get some reflects down. Put some lines up. Try and keep them out. Look at them, they hold them in the hallway. You can see that right there. Another bubble up. Great job on Spellbreakers too. Love the bubble. I just did a guide on Spellbreaker Healer and how you can use the bubble to best effect and among the other skills. So that was very good. So again, this is like another 10 minutes. We're just going to cut this here. Go to the next clip. So now we're out in the courtyard. It's ours. We faked them to the left. We're going to come back to the right with a veil. And we're going to push us in. Fighting this blue team was like fighting a whole bunch of angry bees. They just kept swarming in. When you slap one down, 5 more take the place. So they're very good at swarming. Again, reminds me of a certain guild that I won't name here. But if anybody's done World vs. World, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But we prevailed, did a good job. We're going to squash them. What I found was interesting is you see us on this group here. You see to the left, what are they doing over there? I mean, maybe they're just the ranged peeps. They're just hanging out. They could have come in while we had our stuff on cooldown and pushed. Although, benefit of the doubt, because my graphics are low, we might have some of our allies over there pushing back, because I do see some downs. So I guess to be fair, maybe we had some guys over there just holding our flank. If we did, I appreciate you all for doing that, because those guys just hanging out over there or being trapped over there blocked helped us not get T-boned right there, so that was really good. And of course I love dropping lines. I kind of stalled that guy so we could finish him off. And of course here I go, I'm all caught up, roaming mode. I'm going to keep following these guys till I realize I'm the only one out here. Luckily I've got stability, and now I'm going to run back. I had one guy with me, so me and Leroy Jenkins. That's nice. Okay, they're outside. We're going to veil through the doorway, come around the side, and I'm just going to drop. Yep, got it one interrupt off. I love opening with Tome 1-3. Then we'll, obviously have stand your ground, maybe reflect and stuff in there. Very useful. I've gotten a lot more, secured a lot more downs with Tome 1-3. 1-4 helps with that, and just as CC is just amazing. Okay, you can see us pushing through. I kind of love sometimes, especially when I'm going back through editing. It's fun when you do it, but editing you can see how you really push through a charge and punch through the enemy. It's just quite satisfying. Okay, here we are. We're up in the Lord's Tower. We're building a shield gen because they have a lot of siege. You see all that siege to my left, and then I cut that out where we're there for a few minutes because we're going to go for a push down to take out some of that siege. So here we go, we're going to punch down through them. You got arrow carts, you got catapults. We come back in because some guys slipped in behind us. It was a pretty good tactic on their part, but they didn't have the numbers to carry. So now we're really going to go down, push for reals this time. And here we go. Okay. Put all this siege. They just love their siege. We had at least 3 or 4 arrow carts that I could see. You got another one trying to go up. And then they were doing some kind of, what is that? Siege golem? That's what's on the ramp? It is. That's so funny. They're trying to build it. And why right there? We're so close we could just it'd almost be like a death trap for them to do that. Okay, so we finish the boss off. We come down, and they're running. We're just going to grab him. See that? Tome 1-3 for the win, my friend. Love it. And of course, I like to finish off all the downs. Don't like anybody getting away. And look at those cleanses. Look at that on the right. Our elemental. Look, all Tempest, and we have a Scrapper and stuff. 600 some odd cleanses. So, Tempest is definitely good for business. Okay, these guys we dropped down, you saw by the side, we veiled and came around. We're going to push them now. They're stuck between us and the wall. We're going to slam up against them like the ocean wave, like a tsunami. Now they're kind of split a little bit, although they're trying to backpedal a bit and stay loosely into some form of group. And you'll see in a lot of these fights, I run dangerously low and sometimes out of my mantras. I'm trying to manage them effectively, but sometimes you just get hammered so hard you can't keep them. Of course, I like dropping lines, keep people divided. The other thing I like about Spear, boy, what great animation. It's so cool to watch. Makes me feel like I'm actually doing damage. Alright, so now we're going to push him all the way back into Reds, which is now Blues that they took from Overwatch. But a lot of these fights were really, really good. Even on the side that lose, I mean, they fought well. It just, thankfully, you know, of course, everybody likes to be on the winning team, right? Alright, back in SMC again. Here comes Blue, boiling down the tunnel. Lines going up already. Some reflects. And we're going to try to circle around and cut that tail in half if we can. Okay, pushing through the right side. At one point too, I didn't have my personal target up on the tag, so I had a hard time finding him. I mean, the goal is to stay on the tag. So that's why you see my cursor is so big, because otherwise you can't find it. Just look at them, swarms of angry bees. And this weekend's gonna be interesting. I'll be posting this video soon, but by then the new beta builds will be out, so I'll be curious to see what some videos look like this weekend. I don't know, I'm gonna try and do, maybe we'll see if I have time. I have a busy week, but see if I run any beta builds myself. I might try a video, of course. 3 guesses which one I'm going to try first will obviously be Thief. I'm kind of interested in Guardian as well. We'll see how that runs, and maybe the Warrior one. But definitely want to run Thief, although defensive wise I think it might add to this Heal Spectre or Heal Spectre role, but I don't know offensively. I'm kind of, again, prejudging this as lame, but I gotta be honest, I don't know. I'd have to try it and have people smarter than me, better players than me, try it out and figure it out before I actually probably figure out how it can best be used. So we'll see. It just seems like they're making, I know those that are in the squad, you've heard this and I apologize, but I think it's just like making a second-rate engineer, which I find kind of annoying, but again, I think I'm judging it unfairly. So that's my tirade for that. And I'm just going to switch the channel to Let's Wait and See. Because a small secret, I remember when Daredevil first came out, I was like, oh, this is so lame, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized, wow, this is actually awesome. It's what I run now mostly is Daredevil. You see any of my roaming videos on Thief, most of them are Daredevil with dagger pistol. So I got to give it a fair shake, remembering how I misjudged Daredevil. I really wish, though, that they would do Thief with, do like a samurai thing. I was waiting every time they come out with a specialization. I'm expecting, oh man, they're gonna do like a great sword, so you can like go all Samurai Jack on them or something. That would have been awesome. Alright, as you can see, we're going out killing the siege. Enough of my idle chit chat. I have to focus on the job at hand. And the other reason I had to really stay on tag today more so than usual is I was actually in his subgroup, so kind of got to keep the boss standing, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, they had that immob on me. So go into Tome 2. And don't forget, too, I think I mentioned in my Healbrand guide, and I think you've seen me do it a couple times in this video. If you've ever seen me pop into Tome 2 and pop out without using the skill, that's because even when it's not red, when it's blue on recharge and you pop into Tome 2, that already does a condition cleanse. Sometimes that may be all you need. So you can do that and save. You'll have 1 page left, or just do that. You're not wasting pages, or maybe not wasting, but using pages when just popping in there with the passive going active would work. Okay, this was cool. Watch this bomb. It's amazing. Look at how thick they are, but once we get them corralled over here where we are in this choke, they're just going to basically disintegrate. Amazing. I don't even know how it happened. Just check this out. Okay, we're losing a couple people. It looks like they're going to steamroll, and watch this. Kaboom. Bubble goes down, we come through it, and most of them are just corpses there. So that was an amazing bomb burst. Whoever did the damage and stuff, brilliant. And of course we got to double back a bit, do a little cleanup, but you saw maybe a third at most, or even just a quarter of that huge blob got past us. And now the rest are going to run. See, that was the only guys left. So that was an amazing, amazing burst. Right here, they're in camp. They're going to circle left, but we got some lines down, so you can change your mind, come back around to the right. And here we're going to engage them. So blue is very aggressive with us that day, and that's okay. We enjoyed the practice and the fights. Again, those beautiful spellbreaker bubbles. Kind of makes me think, oh, thank you to whoever see that. Somebody res me. I don't know if there's a rebound or a banner. Oh, I see a couple battle standards, probably banner. So whomever, thank you for the res, because I failed miserably. I basically face tanked a bomb, which you'd think I'd know by now. You don't do that. Most of the time I get away with it, but that time I did not. So I got to get better at not feeling so invincible. So that was why it's always nice. And everybody's, you know, I don't think I've ever known anybody that's not a good player, but I like to call them out, especially just with when you see stuff like this. So these videos are mostly just to show what we've done, and if people have been in the group want to see how they did. And it's also a learning tool and entertaining, but you can also learn a lot by watching. But I also want to, when I see stuff, call it out when people do a good job, because if you've read my description, I just like to be positive. Even when I want to be negative about the new Thief Antiquary. So, like I said, I am trying to be positive about it. Be like, well, you know what, let's wait and see, and give them the benefit of the doubt, because I don't know everything. Either way, that is our run. Have a most excellent day.